So I'm going to get ready with me as I airbrush my makeup and talk through a question that I'm just wondering. I don't know because I'm getting older, but it seems like nightlife is just not the same anymore. It's just, I don't know, maybe because I'm in my late 30s, I'm an older millennial, but it just seems like the nightlife is just not the same. So I just airbrushed my eyebrows using this stencil from Temp 2, and I mix these colors from Mud Cosmetics and Temp 2 in hazelnut and java, and Mud Cosmetics in color blue and black to give me like a dark brown color. And before that, I was trying to attempt to do an experiment with using the NYX glue brush to help brush up my eyebrows, create a thicker look. And on top of that, I was going to airbrush it to give it a much more thicker brows because I have a thin brow. I'm in my late 30s. Maybe my interest has changed. Two, I live in a different area. I grew up in the East Coast, North New Jersey. So during my 20s and early 30s, much of my nightlife experience has been within the New York City area. So a lot of the partying I've done was in like downtown Manhattan, by the Meatpacking District, Midtown, and later on I started exploring like Brooklyn and Queens. I didn't really do any partying much in Jersey because if you're from Northeast New Jersey at that time, a lot of the nightlife, you know, was New York City. Now I moved out west into the Bay Area, and it doesn't seem like the nightlife to me is the same anymore. I don't know because I live in a different coast, but you know what? Scratch that. I think it's because it's a mix of the social media has some of the influence of how the nightlife itself has pretty much changed, I believe. So I'm around the same age as Mark Zuckerberg. In fact, I think he's like a year older than me. And I went to school in Boston, and he went to school in Boston as well. I think it was a class before me. I didn't go to the same college as him, but same area. I'm of the generation where social media just starting out. It wasn't as big. It was just something that college students used, and that's when Facebook was called the Facebook. And it was only used to find like hangout spots, what's going on campus. Later, my later 20s, there was like a little surgence of people going to the clubs, but they're filming things as they were partying. They weren't like in the moment. Social media has changed. Now they're making profit, making business. You have the YouTubers that are growing community. Now trying to use social media to promote a type of lifestyle. Now you just see everywhere you go. Now this is like the 2012 to the 2019s. Now everywhere you go, you see everyone's documenting everything. You go to a party, everyone has their camera out, they're documenting everything. And what I've noticed is that no one's really immersed into the experience. No one is really paying attention to what's going on. They're so focused on trying to get that Instagram moment or get Instagram famous is that I'm like, the energy doesn't feel the same anymore. So for the underpainting, I use NYX Liquid Illuminator to give me a natural glow highlight. House Labs concealer, I use the color in medium deep on my outer corner of my eyes and at outer corner of my lips to help contour them. I use the medium gold color in House Lab in the center to brighten up my eyes, and I use Pat McGrath's in M18 Sublime Skin Fetish Concealer in the center here to give it more of a natural look. Glycerin to help disperse the makeup product. And now I'm about to go in with my Kit Cosmetic Hydro Foundation. I'm not trying to be out there or clubbing as much as I used to. Prefer more intimate events, whether it be concerts and stuff. But just even with concerts, I just noticed that no one's really paying attention to like the artists or being in. I spray my skin with the Urban Decay All Nighter. I let it sit for a while. Then I put on a first layer of Fenty setting powder in Honey using this brush in a stippling motion. And I use that because that's exactly my color. And then I went with this puffer here to set the under eye area. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a bronzer. I think before I said in the previous video that you don't really need bronzer. You don't. But I already have it, so I might as well just use it. So I'm just going in to help buff out the setting powder so it sets on my skin. Anastasia highlighter in bronze and summer. And I'm using that first, and underneath on top I'm going in with my BH Cosmetic nude blush, and I'm using these peachy colors on top. So I'm wondering, what do you guys think about the nightlife? Is nightlife not the same anymore? Do you think social media has killed it? What are your thoughts? Yeah, so I was saying, kind of my opinion. I don't know if also I moved to a different coast. I'm also out here in the West Coast, and I know the nightlife is kind of different. But do you think, in addition to, me getting older, me living in a different area from New York City nightlife versus California nightlife is pretty different. But do you also feel like the nightlife is just not the same if you're an older millennial, that social media kind of killed it? That people are so focused on their phones and they're not in the moment that when you go out, it's just not the same. It's just like you feel like everybody's just on. They're just not paying attention to enjoying the moment.